Commander Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the UES Defiant. He looked out at the stars through the big window. The ship had been traveling for 3 weeks now. They were far from Earth, exploring new space. Jake had been doing this job for 15 years. He loved seeing new things. "Commander," said Lieutenant Lisa Bradley. She was sitting at her station. "I'm getting some strange readings on my screen." Jake walked over to her. Lisa was the best communications officer he had ever worked with. She could speak 12 different languages. If anyone could figure out strange signals, it was her. "What kind of readings?" Jake asked. "Big ships, sir. Really big ones. And they're coming this way fast." Jake felt his heart beat faster. The Defiant was alone out here. The nearest human ship was weeks away. He walked back to his chair and pressed a button. "Tony, get up here right now," he said. Chief Engineer Tony Walsh came running onto the bridge. His uniform was dirty from working in the engine room. Tony was the smartest person Jake knew. He could fix anything and make it work better. "What's the problem, boss?" Tony asked. "We might have company," Jake said. "How are our systems?" "Everything's running perfect. The new shields are working great. The weapons are ready too." Jake nodded. The Defiant was humanity's newest ship. It had technology that no other human ship had, but Jake hoped they wouldn't need to use it. "Ships coming out of hyperspace," Lisa shouted. Jake looked at the main screen. Huge ships appeared in front of them. There were at least 50 of them. They were bigger than anything humans had ever built. The ships looked like giant spears made of metal. Strange lights moved along their sides. "Holy cow," Tony whispered. Dr. Amy Foster ran onto the bridge. She was the ship's scientist who studied aliens. Her face was excited and scared at the same time. "This is it," she said. "First contact with an alien race. This could change everything for humanity." A voice came through the speakers. It sounded angry and harsh. Lisa worked fast at her station, trying to understand the words. "I think I can translate some of it," she said. "They're saying something about surrender, and they mentioned something called the Galactic Empire." The alien voice spoke again. This time it was louder and more angry. "They want us to power down our weapons," Lisa said. "They're calling us primitive, and they say we must follow their laws." Jake felt angry. These aliens had just shown up and were giving orders. He didn't like bullies, especially alien ones. "Open a channel," he said. "Channel open, sir." Jake stood up straight. He spoke in a calm, clear voice. "This is Commander Jake Morrison of the United Earth ship Defiant. We come in peace. We are explorers, not warriors, but we will not surrender our ship to anyone." The alien voice came back quickly. It sounded even more angry now. "They're not happy," Lisa said. "The leader says his name is Admiral Korath. He says all ships in this space belong to the Galactic Empire. He wants us to prepare to be boarded." "Tell him no," Jake said. Lisa looked worried. "Sir, are you sure? There are 50 of their ships and only one of us." "Tell him," Jake said again. Lisa sent the message. The alien ships moved closer. Jake could see weapons turning toward the Defiant. "Amy, what do you think about these aliens?" Jake asked. "They seem very sure of themselves," Dr. Foster said. "Like they're used to everyone doing what they say. They probably think we're weak because our ship is small." "They're about to find out different," Tony said with a grin. Red lights began flashing on the bridge. The ship's computer spoke. "Warning, enemy weapons are charging. Shields recommended." "Raise shields," Jake ordered. "Shields up," Tony confirmed. The alien admiral spoke again. His voice was full of anger. "He's giving us one last chance," Lisa translated. "Surrender now or be destroyed." Jake thought about Earth. He thought about all the human colonies. These aliens wanted to make humans slaves in their empire. That was not going to happen. "Tell Admiral Korath that humans don't surrender," Jake said. The biggest alien ship fired a bright blue beam at the Defiant. Everyone held their breath. The beam hit their shields and bounced off like rain on a window. "Shields holding at 98%, Tony reported, sounding surprised. The aliens fired again. This time, 3 ships shot at once. The Defiant shook a little, but the shields held. "Return fire," Jake ordered. "Firing plasma cannons," the weapons officer said. Bright red beams shot from the Defiant. They hit the nearest alien ship. Explosions covered its side. The ship spun away, damaged and smoking. The alien admiral was shouting now. Lisa could barely keep up with the translation. "He's saying this is impossible. He wants to know what kind of weapons we have. I think he's scared." More alien ships attacked. The Defiant moved fast, dodging some shots and taking others on its shields. Jake watched the battle on his screen. His small ship was fighting 50 alien ships and winning. "Sir," Tony called out, "I'm reading some kind of scan beam. They're trying to study our technology. Can you block it?" "Already done. I'm also scanning them back. Their ships are big but not very advanced. It's like they haven't improved their technology in a long time." Jake smiled. "That's their mistake." The Defiant fired again. Another alien ship was hit hard. It stopped moving and just floated in space. Admiral Korath's voice came through the speakers one more time. He sounded different now, not as angry, more worried. "He's asking for a ceasefire," Lisa said. "He wants to talk." "Tell him we'll talk, but our weapons stay active," Jake said. "Sir," Dr. Foster said quietly, "this changes everything. We just fought the Galactic Empire and won. They're going to tell other aliens about us." Jake nodded. "I know, but maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's time the galaxy learned that humans aren't going to be pushed around." The alien ships began moving away from the Defiant. But Jake knew this was just the beginning. The Galactic Empire now knew humans existed, and they knew humans could fight. "Set course for Earth," Jake ordered. "We need to warn everyone. I have a feeling the aliens will be back, and next time, they'll bring more ships." As the Defiant turned toward home, Jake looked at the alien fleet getting smaller in the distance. He wondered what kind of galaxy humanity was about to enter. But he wasn't afraid. Humans had always found a way to survive. This time would be no different. Admiral Korath stood in his command room aboard the massive ship called Death's Edge. He was angry and confused. His red skin was darker than usual, which meant he was very upset. The other officers on the bridge were quiet. They knew better than to speak when their admiral was in this mood. "Show me the data again," Korath said to his science officer. The young Zephyrian pressed some buttons. A big screen showed the battle they had just fought. Korath watched his 50 ships attack one small human vessel. He watched that same small ship fight back and damage 2 of his best warships. "This makes no sense," Korath said. "How can one primitive ship do this?" "Sir," the science officer said carefully, "maybe the humans are not as primitive as we thought." Korath turned his angry eyes toward the officer. "Are you saying our intelligence was wrong?" "I'm just saying we should study them more before we attack again." Korath thought about this. The Galactic Empire had ruled the galaxy for over 1,000 years. Every new race they found was weak and easy to defeat. But these humans were different. "Send scout ships," he ordered. "I want to know everything about these humans. How many ships do they have? Where do they live? What are their weapons made of?" Meanwhile, on Earth, General Kate Sullivan sat in a meeting room deep underground. The room was full of Earth's most important military leaders. Everyone looked worried. "Tell me again what happened," General Sullivan said. Captain Ben Rodriguez stood up. He was Earth's best intelligence officer. He had studied alien life for 20 years, even though they had never found any before. "The UES Defiant met a large alien fleet," Ben said. "The aliens demanded surrender. Commander Morrison refused. A battle happened. Our ship won." "One ship against 50 alien ships?" asked Colonel Mary Johnson. "How is that possible?" Dr. Steve Parker cleared his throat. He was the man who designed most of Earth's new weapons. "Our technology is better than we thought. The Defiant has our newest shields and weapons, but I'm worried about what comes next." "What do you mean?" General Sullivan asked. "If these aliens have 50 ships in one fleet, how many ships do they have total? Hundreds? Thousands? We need to prepare for a real war. General Sullivan nodded. She had been thinking the same thing. How long until the Defiant gets back to Earth? 2 weeks, Ben answered. Good. That gives us time to prepare. I want every defense station armed. I want every ship ready for battle. And I want our best scientists working on new weapons. Back in space, Admiral Korath's scout ships were busy. They found human colonies on 12 different planets. They found space stations and mining ships. They found a civilization that was much bigger than they expected. The scout ships tried to get close to human vessels, but the humans were smart. They had sensors that could detect the alien ships from far away. Every time the scouts got close, human ships would appear to chase them off. This is very strange, said Commander Vex High, Korath's second-in-command. These humans seem to know we're watching them. Maybe they're not as primitive as the Council thinks, Korath said. Korath decided to call the Galactic Council. He spoke to the huge screen in his command room. Soon, the face of Supreme Chancellor Vex High appeared. The Chancellor was the most powerful being in the galaxy. His blue skin and silver eyes made him look cold and scary. Admiral Korath, the Chancellor said, I hope you have good news about the new primitive race. Chancellor, the humans are not primitive. They have advanced technology and many ships. My attack failed. The Chancellor's eyes got angry. Failed? How can you fail against primitives? They have shields that can stop our weapons. They have weapons that can damage our ships, and they refuse to surrender. This is impossible. Every race surrenders when they see our power. Not the humans, sir. The Chancellor was quiet for a long time. Finally, he spoke again. How many human ships are there? My scouts have found at least 100 ships, maybe more. They have colonies on many worlds. 100 ships, the Chancellor repeated. That's more than some of our member races have. Yes, sir, and their ships are well armed. The Chancellor looked worried now. Admiral, I'm sending you more ships. Take 500 vessels and destroy the humans before they become a real threat. Sir, maybe we should try to talk to them first. Make them join the Empire peacefully. No, the Chancellor shouted. Races that can fight back are dangerous. They give other races ideas about rebellion. The humans must be destroyed. The screen went dark. Admiral Korath stared at the empty screen. He had been a soldier for 50 years. He had conquered many worlds for the Empire, but he had never fought anyone like the humans. On Earth, Dr. Steve Parker was working in his laboratory. He was studying the sensor data from the Defiance battle. The information showed him how the alien weapons worked. Interesting, he said to his assistant, Dr. Linda White. Their weapons are powerful but very simple. They haven't changed their design in a long time. What does that mean? Linda asked. It means they're not used to fighting people who fight back. Look at this data. Their ships are big and strong, but they're slow. Our ships are smaller but much faster. So we have an advantage? Maybe, but only if we're smart about it. Steve continued studying the data. He found something that excited him. The alien shields had a weakness. They could stop energy weapons, but they were not as good against solid objects moving very fast. Linda, get me General Sullivan on the phone. I think I know how to hurt these aliens. While Steve worked on new weapons, Captain Ben Rodriguez was busy with intelligence work. His team had been listening to alien radio signals. They were learning the alien language. General, Ben reported to Kate Sullivan. We're starting to understand their communications. They call themselves the Zephyrian Empire. They control most of the galaxy. How big is most? Kate asked. Over 10,000 star systems, hundreds of different alien races. They've been the rulers for more than 1,000 years. Kate felt cold. And now they want to add us to their empire. It's worse than that. From what we can understand, they don't want us to join them. They want to destroy us. Why? Because we fought back. Apparently, no one has done that in a very long time. Kate stood up and walked to the window. She could see the lights of the city below, millions of people who had no idea that aliens were planning to destroy them. How long until their next attack? She asked. Unknown, but our listening posts detected a lot of alien radio traffic. Something big is coming. Kate made a decision. Send messages to all the colonies. Tell them what's happening. Every human ship needs to be ready for war. What about panic? People will be scared. People have a right to know. Besides, humans fight better when they know what they're fighting for. Far out in space, the Defiant was still traveling home. Commander Jake Morrison sat in his cabin, writing his report. He knew this report would change everything for humanity. Lieutenant Lisa Bradley knocked on his door. "Commander, we're getting messages from Earth. They want us to hurry home." "Any specific reason?" "Our listening posts have detected a huge alien fleet moving toward human space. It looks like they're bringing a lot more ships this time." Jake closed his report and stood up. "How long until we reach Earth?" 10 days, sir. Tell Tony to push the engines harder. We need to get home and help prepare for war." As the Defiant raced toward Earth, Admiral Korath was gathering his fleet. Ships came from all over the Empire. Big battleships, fast cruisers, and carriers full of fighter ships. Soon, he had 500 vessels ready for battle. "This should be enough to destroy the humans," Korath told his officers. But deep inside, Korath was still worried. The humans had surprised him once. What if they surprised him again? The war for humanity's freedom was about to begin. Captain Ryan Brooks stood on the bridge of the UES Guardian. It was the biggest and strongest warship humanity had ever built. The ship was only 6 months old, and Ryan was proud to command it. But today, he wished he had 100 ships like it instead of just one. "Sir, long-range sensors are picking up the alien fleet," reported his sensor officer, Lieutenant Carol Davis. "They're coming out of hyperspace now." Ryan looked at the main screen. Dots of light appeared in space. 1 dot became 2, 2 became 10, 10 became 50. The dots kept appearing until there were too many to count. "How many ships?" Ryan asked. 500, sir. Maybe more. They're still coming." Ryan felt his stomach drop. 500 alien ships against his one battleship. The math was not good, but he had his orders. Hold the line and protect the colonies. "All hands, this is the captain," Ryan announced over the ship's speakers. "We are about to face a large enemy fleet. Our job is to buy time for the civilian ships to escape. Every minute we hold them here saves lives. I know the odds look bad, but remember what the Defiant did. One human ship can make a difference." On the planet New Colorado below, people were running to escape ships. Families carried their children and important belongings. The evacuation had been going on for 2 days, but there were still thousands of people on the planet. Commander Nina Hayes sat in her fighter ship inside the Guardian's hangar bay. She led a squadron of 24 fighters. Her pilots were the best in the human fleet, but they had never fought aliens before. "Listen up, people," Nina said over the radio to her pilots. "We're going to help the Guardian fight off those alien ships. Stick together, watch each other's backs, and remember your training." "Commander," said Lieutenant Pete Miller, one of her youngest pilots, "there are so many of them." "Yeah, there are," Nina agreed. "But there are only 24 of us, and that means we each get to destroy 20 alien ships. Sounds fair to me." Some of the pilots laughed. Nina was glad to hear it. Humor helped people stay calm in scary situations. Chief Gunner Max Turner was in the Guardian's weapon control room. He had been shooting big guns for 15 years. His job was to make sure every shot from the Guardian hit its target. "How are we looking, Max?" asked his assistant, Sergeant Bob Kelly. "Good, real good. These new plasma cannons pack a punch, and we've got those kinetic rounds that Dr. Parker designed. The aliens won't know what hit them." "Think we can win against 500 ships?" Max grinned. "We don't need to win, Bob. We just need to make them sorry they picked a fight with humans." The alien fleet was getting closer. Admiral Korath stood on his command ship and looked at the single human vessel waiting for them. "One ship," he said to his officers. "They sent one ship to fight my entire fleet." "It must be a trap," said Commander Zexhai. "No one would be stupid enough to fight us with one ship." "Maybe the humans are stupid," suggested another officer. Korath shook his head. "No, the humans who fought us before were not stupid. They're planning something." The truth was, Ryan Brooks had no plan except to fight as hard as possible. The Guardian moved forward to meet the alien fleet. It looked like a small fish swimming toward a school of sharks. "All weapons ready," Max Turner reported. "Fighters ready for launch," Nina Hayes confirmed. "Shields at maximum power," added Chief Engineer Sam Collins. Ryan took a deep breath. "Here we go. All fighters launch." 24 human fighters shot out of the Guardian's hangar bays. They formed up around the big ship like angry bees protecting their hive. The alien fleet opened fire first. Hundreds of energy beams flew through space toward the Guardian. The human ship's shields lit up like a Christmas tree as the alien weapons hit them. "Shields down to 80%, Sam reported. "Return fire," Ryan ordered. The Guardian's big guns spoke. Bright red plasma beams reached out and hit 3 alien ships. The ships exploded in balls of fire. Then Max Turner fired the kinetic weapons. Metal slugs moving at incredible speed punched through alien shields like they weren't there. Direct hits on 5 enemy ships, Max reported with joy in his voice. Admiral Koreth watched in shock as 8 of his ships were destroyed or damaged in the first exchange of fire. 1 human ship had just hurt 8 of his vessels. "How is this possible?" he shouted. "Sir, their weapons are much more powerful than we expected," his science officer reported. "All ships, focus fire on that human battleship," Koreth ordered. The entire alien fleet turned their weapons on the Guardian. The human ship shook under the massive attack. Lights flickered on the bridge. "Shields down to 40%, Sam reported. "Hull damage on decks 5 and 6. Nina Hayes and her fighters swooped in to attack the alien ships from the sides. The small human fighters were too fast for the big alien guns to hit. They fired their missiles and energy weapons at the alien ship's weak spots. "This is Red Leader," Nina called over the radio. "We're hitting them where it hurts. Their armor is thick, but their engines are weak." Her fighters destroyed the engines on several alien ships. The damaged vessels fell out of formation and could no longer fight effectively. "Good work, Red Squadron," Ryan said. "Keep it up." But the Guardian was taking heavy damage. The alien ships kept firing, and there were so many of them, the human shields were failing. "Sir, we need to fall back," Sam Collins said. "Negative," Ryan replied. "We hold this position." More alien ships exploded as Max Turner kept firing the Guardian's weapons, but for every alien ship they destroyed, 10 more took its place. "Captain, we've lost shield generators 3 and 4, reported Lieutenant Davis. "Hull breaches on multiple decks." Ryan looked at the tactical display. His ship had destroyed 23 alien vessels and damaged many more, but the aliens still had over 400 ships left. "Sir," said his communications officer, "we're getting a message from Admiral Koreth. He wants to talk." "Put him on screen." The alien admiral appeared on the main viewer. His red skin looked pale, and his eyes were wide with shock. "Human captain," Koreth said. "You have fought well, but you cannot win against so many ships. Surrender now, and I will make your death quick." Ryan stood up straight. "Admiral, I appreciate the offer, but humans don't surrender. We fight until we win, or until we can't fight anymore." "You are fools. You will all die for nothing." "Maybe, but we'll take a lot of your ships with us." Koreth cut the communication. He turned to his officers. "These humans are insane. They know they cannot win, but they keep fighting." "Sir, we've lost 28 ships, and the human vessel is still fighting," reported his tactical officer. "Impossible. No single ship should be able to do this much damage." Back on the Guardian, the situation was getting worse. Half the ship's weapons were damaged, the shields were almost gone, but the crew kept fighting. "Max, how many shots do we have left?" Ryan asked. "About 50 plasma rounds and 12 kinetic slugs," Max replied. "Make them count." Nina Hayes' fighter squadron was down to 16 ships. 8 of her pilots had been shot down, but they kept attacking the alien fleet. "Red Leader to Guardian," Nina called. "We're running low on missiles. Request permission to ram enemy ships." "Negative, Red Leader. Your job is to stay alive and keep fighting." "Sir, the evacuation ships from New Colorado are almost clear," reported the communications officer. "They'll be safe in 10 minutes. Ryan smiled. 10 more minutes. His ship just had to last 10 more minutes. All hands, this is the captain. The civilians are almost safe. We need to hold out just a little longer. The Guardian fired its remaining weapons. More alien ships died, but the human battleship was barely holding together. Explosions rocked the ship as alien weapons found their mark. "Sir, main engines are offline," Sam reported. "We're dead in space." "Then we fight from here," Ryan said. Admiral Korath was getting reports from all over his fleet. The humans had destroyed or damaged 47 of his ships. One human battleship had hurt almost 50 alien vessels. "Sir, the human ship has stopped moving," his tactical officer reported. "Good. Finish them." But before the aliens could destroy the Guardian, space around them lit up with new explosions. Human reinforcements had arrived. 12 human ships came out of hyperspace and immediately opened fire on the alien fleet. "This is Admiral Lucy Martin," came a voice over the radio. "Guardian, we're here to help." The fresh human ships attacked the alien fleet with new energy. The aliens, who thought they were about to win, suddenly found themselves fighting a new battle. Admiral Korath realized his fleet was in trouble. The humans had fought much better than anyone expected. His ships were damaged and his crews were scared. "All ships, withdraw to safe distance," he ordered. The alien fleet pulled back, leaving the humans in control of the battlefield. The Guardian was badly damaged but still alive. Nina Hayes and her remaining fighters returned to the ship. Ryan Brooks looked at the alien fleet moving away. His ship had held them off long enough for help to arrive. The colonies were safe, at least for now. "Admiral Martin, this is Captain Brooks. Thank you for the rescue." "Don't thank me yet, Ryan. This was just the first battle. The aliens will be back with even more ships." Ryan nodded. The war was just beginning, but today humanity had proved something important. They could fight the Galactic Empire and win. Admiral Korath stared at his tactical display. 47 ships lost, hundreds of his crew members dead, all because of one human battleship and some fighters. He had a feeling the Galactic Council was not going to be happy about this. Supreme Chancellor Vex-High stood in the Great Council chamber on the Zephyrian homeworld. The room was huge, with tall walls made of black stone. Representatives from 50 different alien races sat in chairs arranged in a circle. They were all waiting to hear about the human problem. The Chancellor's blue skin was darker than usual. This meant he was very angry. His silver eyes looked at each council member as he spoke. "Admiral Korath has failed again," the Chancellor announced. 500 ships could not destroy the humans. We lost 47 vessels to their primitive technology. War Minister Thanaik stood up. He was a tall, thin alien with gray skin and 4 arms. "Chancellor, perhaps we underestimated these humans. My spies report that their technology is more advanced than we first thought." "Impossible," said Councillor Rex-High from the Vorthon race. "No species develops advanced technology without our guidance. We have controlled galactic development for 1,000 years. "Then explain how one human ship destroyed 28 of our vessels," Thanaik replied. The council chamber became very quiet. No one had an answer for that question. Meanwhile, on Earth, Admiral Lucy Martin sat in the underground command center. She was now in charge of all human military forces. The room was full of screens showing human ships across the galaxy. "Give me the status report," Lucy said to her aide, Colonel Frank Wilson. "We have 63 operational warships. 42 are protecting the colonies. 21 are defending Earth. All civilian evacuation ships have reached safe zones." "What about new construction?" "The shipyards are working around the clock. We'll have 15 new ships ready in 2 months." Lucy nodded. "Not enough. We need more ships and better weapons." Dr. Paul Newman entered the command room. He was carrying a tablet full of important data. Paul was humanity's best scientist for studying alien technology. "Admiral, I have good news," Paul said. "We've been studying the wreckage from the alien ships we destroyed. Their technology is very interesting." "How so?" "They build everything to last forever, but they never improve it. Some of their ship designs are hundreds of years old. They haven't invented anything new in a very long time." "What does that tell us?" "It tells us they're not used to fighting people who fight back. They rely on fear and overwhelming numbers. but their actual fighting ability is poor. Lucy felt hope for the first time in weeks. Can we use this against them? I think so. I'm working on new weapons that use their technology combined with ours. If we can build them fast enough, we might have a real advantage. On the Guardian, Captain Ryan Brooks was inspecting the damage to his ship. The battleship was in the repair yards above Earth. Workers were fixing the hull and replacing damaged systems. How long until we're ready for battle again? Ryan asked Chief Engineer Sam Collins. 2 weeks, maybe 3, Sam replied. The aliens really beat us up, but we gave better than we got. Any word on our pilots who were shot down? Nina Hayes and her people? They're all okay. They were picked up by rescue ships. Nina's already asking for new fighters so she can get back into the fight. Ryan smiled. Nina Hayes was one of the toughest people he knew. If anyone could bounce back from a hard battle, it was her. Back in alien space, War Minister Thaniak was meeting with his spy network. They had been watching human space for weeks, trying to learn about human military strength. What have you discovered? Thaniak asked his head spy, a small alien called Agent Kethai. The humans have more ships than we thought, Kethai reported. They also have hidden military bases and secret weapon projects. But most important, they're building new ships very fast. How fast? Much faster than we build ships. Their construction methods are very different from ours. They use automation and mass production. Thaniak felt worried. How many ships do they have total? At least 200, maybe more. And they're all armed with weapons that can hurt our ships. 200 ships, Thaniak repeated. The Chancellor needs to know about this. When Thaniak told the Chancellor about the human fleet size, Vex-High became very angry. 200 ships. How did they build so many ships without us knowing? They developed separately from the galactic community, Thaniak explained. They never asked for our permission to build anything. This is unacceptable. No race should have that many warships without Empire approval. Chancellor, there's something else. Our spies report that other races in the Empire are talking about the humans. Some are saying that if humans can fight us, maybe they can fight us too. Vex-High's eyes went wide. This was his worst fear. If other races started rebelling, the Empire could fall apart. We must destroy the humans before this rebellion spreads, the Chancellor said. Gather every ship we have. I want the largest fleet in galactic history. Sir, that would mean pulling ships from all over the Empire. Some systems would be left undefended. Do it. The human threat must be stopped. On Earth, Dr. Paul Newman was working in his laboratory with a team of engineers. They had been studying alien technology for 3 weeks now. The results were amazing. Look at this, Paul said to his assistant, Dr. Kelly Roberts. The alien ships use a power source that's very inefficient. We can build the same weapons using half the energy. What about their shields? Kelly asked. Even worse. Their shields are designed to stop the weapons they use against each other, but they have trouble with kinetic weapons and rapid-fire energy beams. Paul showed Kelly a new weapon design on his computer. This plasma rifle fires 10 times faster than anything the aliens have, and this railgun can punch through their armor like paper. How long to build these? If we convert our factories, we can have new weapons ready in 6 weeks. Kelly looked excited. That could change everything. While Paul worked on new weapons, Captain Ben Rodriguez was busy with intelligence work. His team had learned to understand alien communications very well. Admiral Martin, Ben reported, we're hearing a lot of alien radio traffic. They're calling in ships from all over their empire. How many ships? At least 2,000, maybe 3,000. They're planning to attack Earth directly. Lucy felt cold. Even with new weapons, humanity couldn't fight 3,000 alien ships. When will they arrive? Our best guess is 2 months. They need time to gather such a large fleet. That gives us time to prepare, but not much time. Lucy called a meeting of all human military leaders. They gathered in the command room to plan humanity's defense. We can't fight 3,000 ships in a straight battle, Lucy said. We need a different strategy. What do you suggest? Asked General Kate Sullivan. We fight like humans have always fought when outnumbered. We use guerrilla tactics, hit and run, make them chase us around the galaxy. Captain Ryan Brooks spoke up. The aliens are used to big battles with fleets lined up against each other. They won't know how to handle small groups of ships attacking from different directions. Exactly, Lucy agreed. We split our fleet into small groups. Each group attacks a different target. Keep the aliens confused and spread out. Dr. Paul Newman added, I can have new jump drives ready by then. Our ships will be able to move around the galaxy much faster than theirs. Good. What about the aliens who are already thinking about rebellion? Ben Rodriguez answered. Several alien races have contacted us secretly. They want to know if we can help them fight for freedom. Can we? Maybe. If we can prove that the Empire can be beaten, other races might join us. Lucy made her decision. We're going to do something crazy. Instead of waiting for the aliens to attack us, we're going to attack them first. Everyone in the room looked surprised. Attack them where? Ryan asked. Their home world. While they're gathering ships to attack Earth, we're going to hit their capital. General Sullivan shook her head. That's suicide. Their home world will be heavily defended. Not if they send all their ships to attack us, Lucy replied. They'll leave their homeworld weak because they think we'll be too scared to attack it. Ben Rodriguez smiled. It's crazy enough that it might work. The aliens would never expect us to attack while they're preparing to destroy us. That's the idea, Lucy said. We show the galaxy that the Galactic Empire isn't as strong as everyone thinks. Meanwhile, on the alien homeworld, Chancellor Vex High was receiving reports about his growing fleet. Ships were arriving every day from across the Empire. We now have 1,800 ships gathered, War Minister Thanik reported. More are coming. Excellent. Soon we will have enough ships to crush the humans completely. Sir, some of our border worlds are asking for protection. They're worried about leaving so few ships to defend them. The humans are the only threat. Once they're destroyed, we won't need to worry about anything else. Thanik wasn't so sure about that. His spies were reporting strange activities on several Empire worlds. Some races were building ships in secret, others were moving weapons around. But he decided not to tell the Chancellor about this yet. Vex High was already angry enough about the humans. The Chancellor walked to a big window that looked out over his capital city. Millions of aliens lived there, all loyal to the Empire. At least he hoped they were still loyal. Once we destroy the humans, Vex High said, the galaxy will remember why they should fear us. What the Chancellor didn't know was that several alien races were no longer afraid. The humans had shown them that the Empire could be beaten. And if humans could do it, maybe they could do it too. The galaxy was about to change in ways no one expected.